Negreanu is holding pocket fives and he's raising to 95,000. He's up against the legends Tom Dwan with pocket nines and Phil Ivey with pocket tens.
Over to Tom Dwan.
That's not a hand Dwan would fold, not against Daniel, and definitely not in a $250,000 buy-in. Tom looks like he's thinking, I'm pretty sure he shouldn't flat and trap, but rather crank up the pressure early.
Dwan has just made a call with pocket nines. Perhaps at another time he might have raised. Oh, check this out. Phil Ivey's picked up pocket tens.
Yeah,
and
I'm pretty
he's
surprised.
Just called.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised by the flat call from Phil. It's usually a spot where you'd like to squeeze, especially the fact that he's on the button. It's going to look pretty fishy and quite possibly have someone play back at him.
Mike Haxton folds.
The flop comes 3 queen 6, 2 spades. Negreanu opened with pocket fives, whiffed the flop completely, and now he's first to act on this board, with Dwan and Ivey behind him, who are not exactly known for playing nice when they smell weakness.
Misses all of them. A check from Daniel. This will be interesting.
I don't think any of the three of them are going to be too thrilled with that flop, to be honest. Queen's certainly in the calling range of Tom and Phil. Hands like King Queen, Ace Queen. I expect Phil will just check this back as well.
Phil does. We'll see a turn.
The turn is the 4 of clubs, and things are starting to line up for some sneaky draws. No one took a stab on the flop, which means this pot's still up for grabs, and Negreanu knows it.
And given the fact that he was a pre-flop aggressor, both players have checked back the flop.
He does take a stab.
Dwan isn't just thinking about his cards. He's scanning Daniel and Phil like he's picking up frequencies. These guys are playing poker on a different level. Every glance, every pause, every chip toss. There's a language here only the elite understand, and Dwan is fluent.
I think Tom is more than happy to peel one here with nines. He's got to assume that Daniel's going to bet a queen on the flop there.
Now, he's got his eye on both Daniel and Phil, looking at across the table to both players, and he smooth calls here. So round to Phil Ivey, and this is a tough spot.
Even though he does have the best hand, it's probably correct to fold.
Yeah, well, Phil Ivey kind of stuck there. Tom Dwan now eyes only on Daniel Negreanu, and the river's a 2 of hearts.
And Daniel gets there.
Oh, Daniel checking. He's going to try and trap him. And look at this, it might work. Dwan reaching for chips.
Not sure.
Oh, wow, Tom Dwan checks. Daniel not happy.
I don't bet my friend, you know? I don't bet my friend.
Wow, Dwan's really relieved.
You and him have endless trunks of money. He's a school teacher.
Hellmuth kicks things off with ace-5 offsuit. He is raised to $1,000, but he's up against Fishman with king-queen suited, who's a math teacher known for making razor-sharp, calculated plays.
I don't win very many pots from this spot, so...
Fishman calls. Williams calls. Deuce, jack, ace, 2 clubs. Action flop.
This looks like a fun board.
Williams checks instantly and Hellmuth checks behind him. But Fishman isn't waiting around. He fires out $3,000 into the pot, repping strength and leaning on that nut flush draw.
Hellmuth raises.
This is a pretty easy call with a flush draw, gut shot, and 2 big cards.
And there it is by Fishman.
The turn brings the 5 of hearts. And Hellmuth quickly bets $15,000, now holding 2 pair and looking to extract value.
His pairs are still no good, but PH could be doing this with worse flush draws, and he's got enough behind for decent implied odds.
Fishman is behind, but still has plenty of outs to improve, and this decision should not be a tough one for a math whiz like him.
Add it all up, and Fishman makes the call.
He's looking for a club or a 10.
The river, there's the 10 completing the straight.
Fishman tries to keep a stone-cold face as he watches the river give him the nuts.
Action on Hellmuth.
23,600.
His bet is an attempt to build the pot, but Fishman, with the nuts, is going to try to include some serious acting.
23,600 into a $45,000 pot.
This is pretty dirty. Fishman's reverse pedaling the nuts.
Hellmuth, with 2 pair, doesn't know he's walking into a trap. Fishman, with the nuts, is going to try to include some serious acting, waiting for him to commit more chips.
I'm not going to let you do this to me again, Phil. I can't let you do this to me again.
Leonardo DiCaprio could not be selling this any better.
How much you got behind?
This is Fishman's way of trying to convince him he's not too strong. Hellmuth tries to keep as cold as possible and doesn't even answer Fishman's question.
Was there an answer to that?
Like 85 or something.
I'm all in.
Fishman shoves.
He even fake hesitated. Watch that Oscar, Leo.
I'm done, Phil.
I see method acting, improv, pantomime. If Phil calls here, the kid stays in the picture.
Ha 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 ha. This acting is so terrible that it makes you wonder if it's not a double bluff. Hellmuth is going to blow up after he sees what Fishman is holding.
This is so sick. I mean, is it possible that I just get cooled every hand I play here? You got king, queen of clubs? I mean, I guess so. Phil's put him on his exact hand.
God, all that talking leads me to believe that. Wow.
Now, that might be real. I'd certainly be shaking either way.
All right, I call.
Hellmuth calls and sees king, queen of clubs.
Bingo! Can I even play in this game? I mean, what the they find... I mean, what the
That was a great read, by the way. You had him.
You're a real... The guy hits a miracle 10 on me, and what, you want to just step
He's
on
a
me?
school teacher, and you and him have endless trunks of money. Endless trunks of money. He's a school teacher. For God's sakes, man.
Screaming will do you a lot of good.
Negreanu is holding deuce 4 suited from the small blind, but he's up against Veldhuis and Harlow, who both have him beat. For now.
King 8 suited for Lex, raised to 1400. Suited 1 gapper for Daniel in the small blind. He calls. Ace 8 for Russ. He's in.
Flop comes ace jack 6. Negreanu understandably checks, but Harlow also checks with pair of aces, giving Veldhuis a free opportunity to scare them off.
He does, betting 2700.
Lex's bet could easily just be a C-bet, which it is, and Russ checks, so he looks pretty weak.
Daniel should definitely be folding here. I have no idea why he's counting his chips. It's hard to imagine a scenario where chasing this draw is worth it. He raises to 7,200. Harlow is in a good spot here with 95% chance to win.
Best hand.
But he folds.
That's a ridiculous fold. Russ just doesn't have enough time or chips to fold there. Why call pre-flop if you're going to fold top pair?
This is why you must attack first on the flop, especially with pair of aces. This could easily be a bluff, but Veldhuis has to think carefully, because even though he's got 80% equity, a king high is not something you usually call with on this flop against Negreanu.
Lex calls.
A stone float.
The turn would have given Russ trips.
Negreanu checks it over, clearly not feeling confident about his 4-2 offsuit. He's looking to see if Veldhuis will take a stab at this pot, but he also checks behind.
The river, the 9 of hearts.
Both these guys were up to the same thing, checking the turn so they can fire a bet on the river without it having to be too big.
There's that Veldhuisian stare.
Negreanu looks like he will try to represent the flush on the river. If he doesn't bet high enough, he might get raised by Veldhuis.
He bets 9,000.
This is a pretty good bet from Daniel. 9,000 makes it seem like he wants to get called. Looks like Lex might have to reconsider his float plans. Lex could very well fold this or follow through on the float maybe, but I don't see him calling.
He does call.
King Haya? That's good. Nice call. Jeez. What the hell was that?
That is just a sick, sick call. Oh, I got it! He smiled. That's what he's got.
Daniel Negreanu is looking down at king deuce suited. Turhanov's has raised to $4,400 with pocket jacks, and Tyhert has called with ace 9 suited.
I understand. I'm not going to take it personal. Here, take it. Take whatever you want. I just don't fold. It's so boring to fold. So I decided, no more folding. You never know what you might hit. I don't know what I have yet. We'll see. I'll tell you what I have after the flop.
The flop comes 7 king 9, all spades.
Check to that guy. He's one to raise. What are you looking at me for? I'm not going to bet. Come on, this flop, that texture.
Turhanov's looks intimidated by Negreanu's table talk and also checks.
Ooh.
The turn comes the 10 of diamonds, and Daniel is now the favorite in this hand. But Turhanov still has plenty of outs on the river. Tyhert checks again with his pair of 9s. He can feel at least one of his opponents has him beat.
I'm gonna take a stab. Nope. I'm gonna bet. I'm gonna take a stab.
Negreanu with his paired king seems to be feeling very confident here. He decides to bet $8,200. It's a bold move. He's not sitting on the nuts, but he knows how to pressure his opponents.
Lots of fun stuff happening on that board. You one of these? Cool. My dad used to do this to me when I was younger. He gave me the nose.
Negreanu is taunting his opponent, probably trying to distract him from thinking logically about the hand, and also trying to appear as confident as possible, so Turhanovs can fold the flush draw.
You're the guy who checked queens before in the 10 high flop, so now I'm scared.
The river comes the 3 of diamonds, which changes nothing. Negreanu is going to bet and try to scare away any missed flush draws.
96?
Negreanu's behavior has been unpredictable, and Turhanovs knows that. He could think Daniel is overplaying a weaker hand or is just bluffing. But then again, there's that nagging feeling that Daniel could have a king.
Yeah, like jacks or queens or something like that? Is that what you have with a spade? Is that what you have? Jacks or queens with a spade? Oh, I got it! He smiled. That's what he's got.
I'm smiling because you are talking.
Oh, I love to talk. I don't shut up. You haven't been paying attention the last 4 hours?
Story checks out.
When have you seen me shut up? I just keep blah, 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 blah. Diarrhea of the mouth. Can't help myself.
Call, because you're Negreanu.
I'm a king.
No.
Okay.